Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yokoman here. Welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 21 career mode here with Villarreal. And just a little bit of a disclaimer at the start of this video. Videos may be a little bit more sporadic this week. There's some family stuff going on behind the backgrounds, which means I'm just a little bit busier this week than I normally would be due to certain situations. But it's not to worry. Everything will be absolutely fine. So just if there's a day missed or two, there should, at this moment in time of me being in front with recordings, only be one day missed. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get into the episode. It is going to be the end of the January transfer window in this one. Yet, no real big bids for any of our superstar players. I call them superstars because they are in my eyes. We are going to try and progress in the cup with the first game in the episode against Valencia. And I don't know if this will be a 2 or a 3 game episode. Potentially a 3 game episode. I wouldn't mind getting revenge against Real Betis in this one, which would lead us nicely to the double header against RB Leipzig. We'll just kind of see if there's loads of dramatic stuff happen in terms of loads of bids coming in. We have to make loads of changes to the team. Then we'll probably cut it short at 2 games. But for now, we'll focus and try and put 3 into the episode. Let's get into it. Let's get into the Valencia game. And also, we need to sign an American or a Mexican in this one. 2 players that was recommended as well in Mitchell van Bergwijn. I knew that one was coming. And also in Edson Alvarez. Both are being scouted. We'll see what happens with the scout reports. I'm not sure we'll bring them in this window. I don't think there's any need for either of them in this window. But we do need a CDM in the future. Edson Alvarez could fill that gap. And also, you know, Mitchell's supposed to be an absolute speed merchant. So we'll see what he looks like in the future. Let's take on Valencia now in the cup and hopefully progress to the next round. Not an easy game, but we did manage to beat them in the last episode. If you did miss that, go back and watch it. You've got way too far into this episode right now to have not seen the last episode. You haven't seen any of the series. Subscribe, like, and then go back and watch the entire playlist, because it's not that long at the moment, is it? You've met us at the early stages of the save, and there's loads of enjoyment there to be had. Let's get into it. This will be the lineup for the Valencia game. There's not too much change. Leao comes in, Tailman come in, and Pena comes in. That's pretty much the only difference. Samakam also, no Yannick Vestergaard in this one. That is sad, but he needs to be rested from time to time, and Samakam needs to be given game time. It would not be an episode of this career mode if there wasn't rain. When it rains, it pours, and to be fair, it's been not very rainy in terms of results here for Villarreal. It's been rainy in every episode. I don't know why we came to Spain. I packed me socks, I packed me vests, and I'm constantly wearing my coat. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Let's try and get a victory here in the cup. I'd love to go deep in the cup this season. It's a competition we can kind of concentrate on. As long as we're still, you know, fitting in that top 4 scenario, we can easily have a good cup run as well. Will be Valencia that kick this one off with Martinez. Joseph Martinez, I believe, has just signed for them, a player we were looking at. He's just signed for the enemy in Valencia. Now, hopefully, I don't get too tongue-tied, although I was playing the Valencian Master League only yesterday. So, there we go. You know, tongue-tied Yorkie could be on the way. I do see the run there of Moy Gomez, and I just won't be able to get to it. It was a nicely angled pass, but not the best. Sillison, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but they'll get away with it. And they will be able to move forward now without any mistakes. I'm sure they're hoping for that outcome. It's interesting, coming up against this 4-4-2, we've tended to do all right against it. I'm hoping for the same outcome today. And also, I'm hoping that we don't have too many situations. Rafael Leao here early doors to hit the post. He's hit the post and we couldn't follow it in. I'm hoping that there aren't too many defensive mistakes in this one. If you remember the Real Betis game of the last episode, defensive frailties. Celta Vigo in the episode before the first game, defensive frailties. I haven't played FIFA for a day, so let's hope there's not too many defensive frailties here as Valencia come forward. Pau Torres is equal to that and even wins us the throw-in. Danny Parejo does very well there. He's going to win the ball back. Play that to Tailman. It's a numbers game this now. Tailman will bring it back. He's got bodies forward. Parejo. Back to Rafael Leao. What can we do here in this situation? Leao. Good footwork. Back to him. There's not too many options opening up for us now. Valencia seem to have managed to get bodies back, but it will open up in the end. Tailman! Gerard Moreno just couldn't stretch for it. Carlos Soler there trying to break through. Straight to Samakam though, luckily for us. Tailman now. Leao. Good touch from Leao. We'll try and play in Tailman. Well, it's played in Tailman nicely, actually. Tailman's touch there was everything. Tailman now. We know we've got Gerard Moreno making the run in. Gerard Moreno does not need to be in any better position than just that one right there. Gerard Moreno makes it 1-0 to Villarreal. It's a lovely finish. I mean, when we get in this situation with Tailman's taking touches like that as well, Moreno scores these. That's what he does. Potent in the league, now potent in the cup. Gerard Moreno opens the scoring here and wins the ball back instantly. Gerard Moreno now doing very well. Good footwork. We'll find Rafael Leao to make it 2. No, he won't. It's a good angle for Silerson, to be fair there. He's always going to be favourite, surely, to win that. Capoue on the volley! Oh, that would have been majestic if he could have scored it. Would have been absolutely majestic. He just got under it too much, didn't he? Over the crossbar. Needing options. He gets one in the end in Penna. Penna with Tailman there. Penna back to Leao. Again, needing a little bit of help here. We're kind of penned into this corner. We need to try and get the ball cross field, and we do finally. And Parejo will find his man in Gerard Moreno to Danny Parejo. And that'll be 2-0 Villarreal. And we finally worked ourselves in a decent goal-scoring position. That'll be 2-0. And this tie's starting to feel like it's in our grasp. I feel like we're comfortable here. It doesn't feel like the same Valencia that we played in the last one. I'm coming forward now, Valencia. Martinez. And that is great from Pau Torres. Fantastic defending there from Pau Torres. Martinez not really made his mark here in his opening game. Got all that water down by the backside of the pitch. Hoffman now, he's not had a great game for them either. And we will actually win this back. Moy Gomez there. That is superb from him. He doesn't have the quickest of legs. But let's see what we can do here. Moy Gomez still going. Needs help though, doesn't he? He definitely needs help here. Let's see if we can switch play across field. We can't. I wanted that to go out wide to Penna, really. Not up to Rafael Leao. Well, they've made a substitution in the second half. They brought on Patrick Catrone, and I've made a mistake instantly. Let's not let them back into this game straight away in the second half. That would be nice. We've made that mistake several times before in this career mode and in past career modes. Let's not let them walk straight back into the match. Let's make it difficult for them. Joseph Martinez now coming forward. They've managed to lift that one up. That's beautiful. To Guedes. He won't be allowed to get the ball across. Tony Lato now. Hoffman. Good footwork from Hoffman. Carlos Soler will not get past Parejo like that. That is not the way you get past Parejo. Rafael Leao just couldn't get his foot on that. That's frustrating because that was a great opportunity for us. Martinez. Oh, this is good play. That's beautiful play. The goalkeeper doesn't move for it. Catrone. That's his first goal in this match. First goal in the cup, I believe, as well. And I'll make it 2-1. And just as I said I didn't want us to do, we've let Valencia right back into the match. We're very good at that in this series. Pouet's done beautifully there. Gerard Moreno now wanting runners. He's going to get it in Tailman. Tailman do now in this situation. This has to be clinical from him. He needed runners. Where was his runners? We'll whip it back to Gerard Moreno, who will turn and shoot. And oh my God, what a goal from Gerard Moreno! And that, ladies and gentlemen, should be that. That was superb. God, I love this man. Well, that man just knows where the back of the net is, but he's going to come off now with another game against Valladolid coming up in a couple of days. Gomez will come off as well. Ferreira up top, Abe on the left. Going to try and split that down the middle now. Ferreira, not a bad touch. What can he do in this situation? He will take a shot. There wasn't much else he could do. I was, for a brief moment, thinking about the chip as Penna gives the ball straight away there, and now we're in a bit of trouble. We're in a bit of trouble here. We should be able to recover. They're going to get this down wide to Martinez. Again, he's not had a great game, has he? Samakan will chase Rakic. They're going to move that forward, and Carlos Soler's shot is saved. I think Pau Torres maybe should have done better to cut that out. A good save from the goalkeeper nonetheless. Well, there we go, ladies and gents. We will progress to the next round of the Cup, but a victory here against Valencia. Carbon copy of the first game we played against them this season, but a good result nonetheless. Good performance from the boys. What a goal from Moreno. It will be a double header in the Cup this episode because we have tied ourselves against Sevilla in the next round of the Cup. So we will do a double header of Cup football in this one. We've got Valladolid coming up next and the end of the transfer window, and we still need to sign our North American. It's an issue. We still need to sign our North American. And let's remember who we've got on the list from North America. I'm pretty sure it's got to be Mozo, I reckon. 23, right back. Not a bad player. 75 rated. fills the bill of what we want, and then we can move on one of our better we've got two fantastic right backs in Penna and Gaspar, but only one of them predominantly gets the gameplay. So maybe we bring in a young Mexican in Alamoso. Let's see what they're worth. So we've got Ruben Penna and Gaspar. Now, I'd probably rather keep Gaspar. Although he's a year older, he's played more. I'm enjoying using him. Penna, however, though, is very good. How much money would we get between the two of them? Both practically valued the same, both on the exact same wage, to be fair. Penna on a bit of a longer contract. I think we let Penna go, potentially. His value's decreasing. He's not getting the game time. Let's list him and see what happens. But we are going to sign Mozo because we just need to sign that player. If we don't sell Penna, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be upset, but we do need to bring in Mozo. All that planning has led to nothing. He's not for sale. They don't have enough depth. Maybe we just get one North American. Maybe we just get one player from a North American club and just call it at that. I'm not too stressed whether we get more or not. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm quite happy with what we've got team-wise, unless someone goes. So we'll just leave it at that. Hassan will now be moving to Watford on a short-term loan. I imagine he'll accept them. He didn't accept Bruges. For some strange reason, had a snobbery towards Bruges, but he should accept that. We will now take on Real Valladolid in the league. This will be the lineup for the Valladolid game, but I know I can set up top. Coquelin comes in centre mid with Capoue. Chukwueze's backing at the right. Albiol will get the game here. RB will as well as Moreno. This should be one that we want to win, but we did draw against them earlier on in the season. The way that this ground looks is absolutely fantastic. The purple all around the ground is just sick. Genuinely is just sick. Gerard Moreno there, though, top goal scorer in the league with 15, but he has been caught up now. Oyarzabal there on 14. You've got big names like Suarez and Griezmann up there as well. There is a big chasing pack for top goal scorer this season, and I am hoping that our man, Mr. Gerard Moreno, is the man to take the golden ball. I imagine that's what it's called anyway. Usually is. Anyway, let's get into the match. It would not be career mode if I don't just tail off into just random thoughts and blurt them out loud. That is just the way we do stuff here. Anyway, Valladolid, draw against them last time. Good time for us to get revenge against them. We're in decent form. We've had the recent result against Betis, though, that wasn't great for us. But then we turned it around with Valencia in the league. And then again in the cup. Now, I would hope for a decent result in this one. I'm not going to lie. I'd be frustrated if we don't get it. And I'll be even more frustrated if I just could have got that ball across to Gerard Moreno. I was going to say I'd be more frustrated if Gerard Moreno misses this, but he never got the football. Well, Valladolid coming forward now, and there is an opportunity in this one for redemption for Albiol. Obviously, he had a terrible game last time out, conceding 3 goals while he was at centre-back. We'll be hoping that the same is not repeated here. I'll be really angry if we concede 3 here against Valladolid. I'm not going to lie. Unless we win 4-3, and then I'll still be angry, but like acceptably angry. Otherwise, I'll be absolutely frustrated. We're trying to poke that through there to Gerard Moreno because we know he's our danger man. He's so quick, man. What a pass that is to Coquelin. He'll poke that through to Gerard Moreno on the turn. He'll find Chukwueze. Well blocked. Paco Alcacer now. We'll try and drive that one back across. There's a lot of bodies there in the box, isn't there? Albiol there, though, misses the header. It's going to be handball, I think, against Guardiola. We get a bit lucky there for Albiol. Verratti has gone to Barcelona for 81.3 million. I wish we had that kind of money. Chukwueze now. They didn't mark Gaspar, did they? They didn't mark him, Gerard Moreno. Oh, what a save from the goalkeeper. What a save from the goalkeeper. I genuinely was in the belief there that that was going to be 1-0 Villarreal. Roque Mens has now done brilliantly. It's a great pass, and we'll go 1-0 down. After starting the better, we were just undone there. They got the right side of our defence. They got the right side of our defence. Outnumbered us. Oh, it's not going well once again against Valladolid. It's not the first time we've been down this season. I'm sure it won't be the last. We are going to try and do our best. Now, it won't let me put team press on for some strange reason. That's apparently not something I'm allowed to do. But we might be right back in the game with Paco Alcacer, and we are right back in the match. Valladolid's lead does not last very long as Paco Alcacer makes it 1-1. Well, they're coming forward now. Canero. Oh, it's a good cutback, really, isn't it? It's a very good cutback. Rocket Mensa nearly getting through there. I believe he was the man who assisted earlier in the game, and now we will outnumber them, and Chuck Weezy needed to play that ball quicker to Paco Alcacer. Well, Paco Alcacer's touch there has been beautiful. We'll whip it across for Harish Abbey! 2-1 Villarreal. And that's what we want going in to half-time. That is fantastic. What a goal that is. Paco Alcacer, who I do judge often for not having pace, did superbly there. His touch to get himself clearing into open space was superb, and his awareness to play that across was fantastic. Well, giving way too much space now. Paco Alcacer is going to find Samuel Chukwueze. Chukwueze will play it in towards Gerard Moreno. Chukwueze. I find it so difficult to say names, guys. I'm a Yorkshireman. We do not thrive on saying names. That is not our strong point. It never will be. We're good at drinking and mining, coal mining apparently, I believe. Who knows? Textiles is what the city I'm from is not known from. This is story time, obviously, with Yorkie. Paco Alcacer against Massippers. Again, we do get carried away deep in conversation. This is what happens here. But that is a nice idea because he gets the shot off nice and quick. Pretty sure Massip will have been a little bit unsighted there. Well, we're way over the added time and we're good at corners. And if I'm Valladolid, I am fuming if this hits the back of the net. I am absolutely fuming that has just hit the back of the net if I am a Valladolid fan, because there was a minute added on. We're in the 4th minute that has been added on, and you've got to be mad at that, but it's a beautiful goal from Gerard Moreno as he adds to his tally once again. And that will bring us to half-time, and I'm not surprised that the coach there isn't absolutely bum-rushing the field and screaming and shouting at the referee. Maybe they only do that in England, to be fair. But a great first half from us. Paco Alcacer getting himself another goal, Moreno getting a goal, and RB on the score sheet again. We are looking very good out there. I was a little bit nervous after we conceded early, though. I'm not going to lie. We've played all 3 games recently. We'll start it all 3. So we have brought off Capoue, brought on Abora. We are in the hunt for the next Capoue. We know that. I'm now thinking that could be Alvarez. I like the look of him after looking at his attributes. You guys, my cheeky assistant scouts, have been doing bits with some of the suggestions that you've given us. Abe back across. He's going to go back across again, though. Gerard Moreno. I wanted Chukwueze. But I got Alcacer, who was just absolutely crowded. Well, RB there. Can we go? We're going to go wide to Moreno. Moreno's going to lift it in. No, he's not. Decided he didn't want to, but I mean, that ball's ended up working out for a border to make it 4-1 Villarreal. And it all worked out in the end. There's no need to panic, boys. We all just sit back, relax, don't worry, eat your popcorn and have a good time. Because Abora's scored a goal for us. The CDM getting a goal. It's a nice one as well, actually. It was really good play for Moreno to see that outside the box. And, I mean, he took that away beautifully. A CDM that is a number 10. The numbers at Villarreal are a bit interesting. Gerard Moreno 7. Abora is 10. Okay. But I'm absolutely chuffed to bits there on the sideline. Very, very happy. First goal of the season for Abora. And he'll be happy as well. Oh, that's a beautiful pass through there. And we get a little bit lucky. Valladolid will whip across field ball now. Roque Mensa. Probably been the creative force for them today. Tony Villa. Can't do anything. Paco Alcacer comes back for it. Gerard Moreno now. We'll play that back on to Paco Alcacer. Moreno's going to start making this charge forward. Paco Alcacer, though, is going to have to bring it back. Samuel Chukwueze, though. Coquelin, RB. And I think we might just sim the back end of this game. 5-1 up. And I'm already thinking about changing the minutes to 5 minutes. Because when you get on top in this game, when you get in front and you're dominant, the defenses do just open up. You know, they've been nowhere near as tight defending-wise since we made it 3-1. So I think we might swap it to 5-minute halves, because I play 6-minute halves at the moment, and I think the games are being a little bit too high scoring. Even though I've slowed down the passing and whatnot to make the game slower, it's still quite easy to break teams down. We will sim to the end of this one now, though. Let's jump to result, but at 5-1, I'm not expecting it to change. Apart from Albiol got himself sent off. What's he doing? Why Albiol? You get given an opportunity. You've been given a chance. And you get sent off. Well, it is what it is, but a great result for us. But yeah, I think we will go down to 5 minutes. I might look at sliders again, but my problem is when we do play against the big sides, they are difficult. You've seen we've been beaten 3-0 twice this season. It's not as if it's really easy for me just against some sides like that. Once you go like 2 goals ahead, let's say, there's just this thing on FIFA where defenses then just go wide. I don't know what it is. They just break morale-wise and go wide open. And it's easy then just to slot several goals past them. But as it happens, we're on deadline day, and I don't think we're going to do any business because none of our players have really sold. We will see now. Okay, Torres, we've had an offer for Pau Torres. We already know that this is way under what we'd be expecting for him. When someone comes in with a correct deal, a £50 million deal, then we've seriously got to consider that for Pau Torres. But Napoli coming in with Patenga and 22 million, it's just really not a good enough deal, especially for a player that we don't want. I'm casting my mind back to like Bayer Leverkusen, and we had some ridiculous release clauses met, and it made us have to make loads of changes. Hassan has been loaned out now, but there's just nothing really happened in this window now. We have got an offer for Penna. I did mention that I would now be okay with selling him. Problem is we aren't bringing in Mozo, so we would have to sign a right back. I'm going to negotiate, because if it's a big fee, I don't mind letting him go, and we will bring in another right back. Let's see how kind Simeone's going to be. I want 27 million for the 29-year-old right back. He's going to say they'll go to 21. I am going to up it to 25, and I kind of feel like maybe I'd be okay with 25 million for him. He's predominantly a bench player. Okay, 24.2. We're going to accept. We're going to have some deadline day drama, but we are going to accept that. I feel like that's actually a pretty good deal. Penna is going to leave. We need to find a right back, and quick. Well, we may have put ourselves in a bit of a position here, because Frimpong has just moved to Leverkusen. Pempele is extremely young. Extremely young is Timothy Pempele. So, and Yankuto's on loan. As much as I'd like Yankuto, he's actually on loan at Girona at the moment. So I don't technically have a right back that's scouted, because we're on deadline day, let's remember, that's scouted that we could bring in. We're going to have to make the panic buy Pempele, because we can't get Monzo, who we wanted. We can't get him who we wanted. We're going to kind of have to panic buy this one, aren't we? We genuinely are going to have to panic buy this one, and we're going to have to bring in Pempele. He's a future star, I imagine, but there's not much else I could do at the moment. The club have only recently acquired the player. They're looking. They aren't looking to negotiate. Boys, we are in trouble here. I'm going to scour some right backs real quick. There are not many options here for us at right back. There's not. We're in trouble here, boys. We are in genuine trouble. I haven't got many options, and they're unscouted. Like I say, I like to use the scout system unless you guys bring players to me. There is Florenzi. That is the deal at the moment that I'm closest to making, because he's not wanted at PSG, not getting game time. Not really. He's a bit part player there, and he would really be the only one that made sense, because none of these are young and make sense. And, you know, Jesus Navas has just gone to Paris, so they've signed another right back anyway. That's how much they think of Florenzi. I think Florenzi's the only deal that I feel like we can do. He's on loan. Oh, we can't do that deal either. We are ill prepared for this, because Yusuf Atal is going to be so expensive. He's going to be so expensive. What about Pavel Kabrek? Who knows if I said that right? Well, I do know I didn't say it right. I can imagine that. So, yeah. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We don't have anyone. We don't have anyone in the scouting list. Simi Viseko there. He wouldn't be awful. It's whether Napoli would be willing to part with him. We could add him to the transfer hub, just because at this moment in time we're going to have to give like blind bids out for players. Yeah, we're in trouble. I know it. I know we're in trouble. Mark Barcher, can he play right back? Just centre back, can't he? Yeah, we're in trouble. So we've got an offer here for Vicente Iborra, and I am really tempted to accept this one, but at the moment he's the club captain, so we're going to reject it. At 33, there's no need for us to lose a player of that quality. I wish now I could go back and reject the Penna deal, but you can't. And yeah, we really are in trouble. The deal still hasn't gone through, so I don't actually have the money to offer anyone. Well, it took its while, but the Penna deal is done, so we do have the money in now for it. So, are any of the players that we've looked at able to bring them in? It's Visseco, Florenzi, unless has he gone back to Roma? He's gone back to Roma. Roma have cancelled Florenzi's deal. Okay. He's currently out on loan. Oh, okay. They haven't. Okay, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. So Visseco has just joined the club and he won't leave. So we've got no one, boys. We've got no one. Unless Mozo out of nowhere, they've decided, yeah, you could buy him. They have. We can sign Mozo. Okay. This is good. This is good. Oh, we've been saved. And it fills the North American situation. I don't want to upset them. We're panic buying here, so we will overpay. I'll overpay for a panic buy. Not 15% sell-on clause. I'll actually accept that. I usually refuse sell-on clauses, but in real life, they're a real, they happen quite often. We will accept it. Let's negotiate a contract. Let's get Mozo in, and we can breathe a sigh of relief. He wants a release clause of 32 million. I'm happy with that. That's good. That makes sense. I'm happy with some of the release clause options we're getting. I'm wondering if there's a mod, actually, on PC for release clauses. Let's offer him like 14k, because he's on just under 10 now, and 100 grand to sign with us. He won't actually accept that. He wants 17.5. I'm more than happy with that deal that he's negotiated there. I'm cool with that. Let's bring in Mozo, and we can breathe a sigh of relief, because we just couldn't get anyone else in. It was a real struggle. I'm happy with that deal, man. I'm really happy with that deal. And the board now are up to a 90. They absolutely love us because we fulfilled what we said we would. So we've got 2 right backs now, which is where we were struggling. It's where we didn't have. We've got 2 right backs. I do need to now sort out this squad, though, because let's get Mozo on there. I can Vestergaard, Moreno. I'm cool with that. Abora. I don't want it to be Gomez there, do I? Want it to be Jeremy now because Hassan's left. With 2 hours left of deadline day, there has been a few big deals there. Mason Mount, 46.1 million to Leicester City. Leicester fans in real life would love that. Nick Pope has left. He's gone to Wolves. Jonathan Vieira there has gone to Sevilla. There's been some decent deals, to be fair. There has been Leverkusen. Been accepting bids for Baumgartlinger. I didn't mind Baumgartlinger when we were there. But let's finish deadline day now and move forward. Well, Manchester United, on the last day of deadline day, have come in for Paco Alcacer. 1, they've lowballed us. Nowhere near what I'd expect from him. But 2, the big issue there is there's 1 day left. They wouldn't even be able to negotiate a contract with him now. If they would have been, we would have negotiated this. But you all know with 1 day left, there's no way they get the deal done. So we're just going to reject it. It was too late in the window, earlier on in the window. As much as I like Paco, he's having a great year here. We'd have had to really thought about that transfer because he's Man United. Well, just as the transfer window closes, we get an offer for our goalkeeper. It is an offer, actually, that we will accept. And we will start playing Rulli. And Asensio can go at the start of next season. I'm okay with that deal. We wanted to drop one of them, and both of them are very much the same. So we will make Rulli our starting goalkeeper now. So with the idea of trying to keep the videos roughly around 30 minutes, I think with that little bit of a deadline day scramble, I think we'll just do 2 games for this episode, and we will kick it off getting deep into next month. That sounds horrendously wrong, but I've rolled with it now. Playing against Sevilla, we will play the Betis game and the first game against RB Leipzig in the next episode, following up then with the Leipzig game, the Sociedad game, and also maybe the Celta Vigo game or the Elche game. We could do anything there and then leave 3 games for March. But anyway, boys, I appreciate the support as per usual. Bear in mind, again, the videos might be a little bit slower this week. I do apologise. Straight after this week, it will go back to normal. It will do. It will go exactly back to normal. But I do appreciate the support regardless. If you're new around here, hit subscribe. Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It does just helps the videos, man. Purely. I say it every time. Just helps the videos. I hope you guys are having a blessed week. Take it easy. I will see you in the next one.